Hi and welcome everyone. In today's news, Walmart may soon scan your face at checkout as AI takes over the aisles. The Catholic Church names its first American pope, shaking centuries of tradition. President Trump announces a crazy plan to modernize U.S. air traffic control. Change isn't coming, it's already here. Let's get into it. The future of retail is watching you. Literally, Walmart, where 90% of Americans shop at least once a year, is expanding artificial intelligence systems that could soon recognize your face as readily as your credit card. This retail revolution began in 2015, when Walmart first tested facial recognition technology to identify shoplifters. Though reportedly abandoned due to effectiveness issues, that early experiment laid groundwork for today's more sophisticated implementations. Currently, the most visible application exists in Walmart's delivery service, where drivers must take periodic selfies for facial recognition verification, a system that has locked out numerous drivers due to misidentification errors, particularly affecting people of color. Inside stores, the transformation is already underway with computer vision for missed scan detection at checkouts, now deployed in over 1,000 locations to prevent theft by tracking items rather than people. The company is now taking automation further with a new in-store artificial intelligence system advising employees on everything from produce freshness to seasonal markdowns.
The internally developed AI technology allows Walmart employees to scan produce like bananas to see how ripe the product is.
This technology takes decision-making away from associates, using generative AI to recommend price changes, returns to vendors, or donations based on algorithmic analysis. For customers, Walmart currently uses facial scanning with consent through app features where the device's camera measures facial features for virtual makeup placement, though these images aren't stored permanently.
You can also share that with someone else digitally to say, do you like this sweater or not? My friends might say no more often than say yes.
These technological advances come with significant legal and ethical questions. In 2022, a class action lawsuit in Illinois alleged Walmart violated privacy laws by collecting facial scans without consent, though the case was dropped without settlement after Walmart denied being a Clearview AI client. The tension between innovation and privacy continues to evolve. Just 4 years ago, Walmart joined other retailers in publicly committing not to use facial recognition in stores following pressure from civil rights organizations. Yet their latest initiatives suggest ongoing exploration of these technologies.
It's all about being able to take the technology, as powerful as it is, but translating it into everyday use cases.
As Walmart pilots its newest AI program in Canada with plans for global expansion, this retail transformation raises profound questions about the balance between convenience and surveillance, questions that extend far beyond shopping aisles into every aspect of modern life, including our most sacred institutions. Up next, just as technology is transforming how we shop, unprecedented change is reshaping one of humanity's oldest institutions. For the first time in 2,000 years of Catholic history, an American now leads the world's 1.3 billion Catholics, a spiritual transformation as significant as Walmart's technological one. Cardinal Robert Prevost was elected Pope Leo XIV yesterday after white smoke billowed from the Sistine Chapel chimney, signaling to the faithful gathered in St. Peter's Square that the Church had chosen its 266th pontiff. The 69-year-old Chicago native, who holds dual citizenship in the US and Peru, emerged as the surprise choice after just 4 ballots. The conclave operated with remarkable efficiency compared to Walmart's years-long technological evolution, lasting just 1 day and 24 minutes, from 5:44 p.m. Wednesday to 6:08 p.m. Thursday. This swift decision came from 133 cardinal electors who gathered following Pope Francis's death on April 21st. Across America, the historic selection has triggered powerful emotional responses, particularly from Catholics seeking both tradition and renewal in their faith.
It's kind of nice because I don't go to church as much as I should, and being here today kind of reinvigorates some of the feelings that I had, especially being young with Pope John Paul II.
Like facial recognition technology learning from diverse data sets, Prevost brings a uniquely diverse background to the papacy. Before his elevation, he served as prefect of the Dicastery for Bishops and president of the Pontifical Commission for Latin America, combining American education with extensive missionary experience in Peru, where he served as Bishop of Chiclayo from 2014 to 2023.
We're due for an American Pope to have his background, to spend so much time in Peru, who could be better?
Just as Walmart's AI systems surprised some employees with their capabilities, the selection stunned even Prevost's own family. His brother, watching the announcement live on television like millions worldwide, describes the moment with unfiltered astonishment.
I was watching TV because I was reading a book and I got an text that said there's white smoke. So I went down and turned the TV on. No one knew at that point who the Pope was, but there was white smoke, so we knew. So I was watching it.
While some algorithms can predict consumer behaviors with uncanny accuracy, an even more remarkable prediction emerged from Provost's childhood, a foresight that now seems prophetic.
Well, they were neighbors, we knew them, but yes, he knew at that age he was going to be a priest.
The new Pope brings substantial intellectual credentials to match his spiritual authority, holding a Bachelor of Science in Mathematics from Villanova University and a Master of Divinity from Catholic Theological Union in Chicago, educational foundations that could prove valuable in navigating today's complex technological and social landscape. As Catholics wonder whether this American Pope will bring revolutionary change or maintain tradition, his brother suggests continuity with his predecessor's vision.
I don't know that you'll see a big difference. He met Pope Francis before he was Pope when he was in Argentina and my brother was in Peru. So that's how the connection began.
Yet like Walmart's facial recognition technology facing lawsuits, Provost's background includes controversy. A complaint filed just 44 days before his election by the Survivors Network of Those Abused by Priests alleges cover-ups in handling abuse cases, adding complexity to his elevation. As the first American to lead the global church takes office in Rome, another American leader is addressing failures of a different kind, not in faith or retail, but in the critical infrastructure keeping our nation safe in the skies above. Up next, while Pope Leo XIV prepares to guide the faithful and Walmart deploys AI to guide shoppers, President Trump has unveiled a plan to radically update the technology guiding our nation's aircraft. The announcement of a comprehensive air traffic control modernization initiative comes at a critical moment, just months after a devastating mid-air collision near Reagan National Airport claimed 67 lives, highlighting how outdated systems can have fatal consequences.
President Trump understands the problem, and he wants to fix the problem. He doesn't want to take this problem and pass it to the next administration, to the next secretary, to a next set of victims who could lose their life in an air traffic incident.
Like Walmart's technological transformation and the Vatican's leadership change, this overhaul targets multiple systems simultaneously. The plan first aims to transition from radar-based to satellite-based tracking, bringing the same kind of technological leap to aviation that facial recognition brings to retail. The initiative's second pillar addresses aging physical infrastructure with a proposed $12.5 billion investment through 2029 for facility replacements and upgrades. Many control towers and centers date back to the 1960s and 1970s, older than both Pope Leo XIV and many of the aircraft they monitor. Perhaps most critical is the staffing crisis, where recent reports indicate facilities operating with 3,000 fewer controllers than needed, forcing mandatory overtime and raising fatigue concerns. This human element echoes concerns about AI replacing human judgment in retail and reminds us that technology alone cannot solve complex problems. Just as Walmart might partner with tech companies for its facial recognition systems, President Trump has suggested that large companies like Raytheon or IBM could lead the modernization effort, raising questions about potential privatization of this critical public safety function. While Trump focuses on leadership in aviation safety, another significant conversation about leadership is unfolding on national television. Former President Biden, appearing on ABC's The View yesterday, addressed his successor's apparent fixation on him with characteristic directness. When asked about Trump's frequent mentions, 580 times by late April, with 52 references in a single cabinet meeting, Biden offered that three-word explanation for what he sees as an obsession. But just as the new pope must address difficult questions about the church's past, Biden faced questions about the 2024 election's outcome, in a moment generating widespread reaction comparable to the surprise of Prevost's papal selection. The former president attributed Kamala Harris's defeat directly to sexist attacks by Republicans. "I've never seen quite as successful and a consistent campaign undercutting the notion that a woman couldn't lead the country and a woman of mixed race," Biden stated, adding that he wasn't surprised by the outcome despite believing Harris was the most qualified person to be president. Biden's analysis has reignited debates about gender and race in American politics, paralleling ongoing discussions about diversity and leadership throughout institutions from the church to corporate America. Some analysts point to specific campaign tactics as evidence, including when Trump's campaign shared a Truth Social post suggesting Harris had slept her way to the top, language many viewed as explicitly sexist. The full picture remains complex, however, with polling showing mixed views on Harris as either representing change or continuity with Biden's administration. This multifaceted reality echoes the nuanced challenges facing all our institutions, from the church to government to healthcare, where another revolutionary technology is now claiming to surpass human capabilities.